eventually what we want to generate is aggregate demand. Okay? But now that you know ISLN, it's very straightforward. It's very easy for me to explain now, because once you have the ISLN, so this is the ISLN, okay? Now in this case, this is the old LN, which is still positive slope, but it doesn't make any difference. You can also make this straight line, but the story is the same. Essentially, what happened is that, remember this equation earlier. So M over P equals to Y Li. And remember, Y is positively affecting here, I is negatively affecting M over P. By the way, M over P is called the real balance term for here, M over P. So what does it mean? That means if I increase, so if interest rate increase, M over P will decrease, right? M over P decrease, an indication that what? What happened with the price? Excuse me. What happened with the price? If it is decreased, it's increased, right? So that is the beginning of the relation between interest rate and the price. But eventually what we are interested in is the relation between the price and the output. Because like what we learn in microeconomics, when you call demand, it has to be relation between price and output. But so far, we know already the relation between price and the interest rate. So let's continue now. Remember from the IS curve, we have this equation, right? And then from the LM curve, I just mentioned it, we have this equation. So combine the IS and LM curve. When you combine that, basically what you have is that you rewrite the IS curve, but this time you change, for example, Y, okay, here, remember the consumption function is a function of what? You change that Y with the M over P, because according to the real balance equation, M over P is relation with what? So you notice here, this is no longer identity. This is identity, but this is functional relation, right? So there is no plus sign or something like that. I remember earlier there's one student, when I asked what is new. So now this equation is different from this one, because this is identity, this one is not identity. And because this is not identity, we can always replace any variables here with variables from the LM curve. So for example, C is a function of Y over T right here. So we know from this that Y is basically can be replaced by M over P. So that will change to M over P here. Okay? Now, once you have this, look at the relation between P and Y. Is it positive or negative? It's negative, because P is in the denominator, right? That was the beginning of the AD curve. Okay. So, essentially, from IS, you generate the Y side here, the X side, the X-axis side. From the LM curve, you generate the relation between Y and I here, in the interest rate. And then when you combine the two, then you generate the relationship between price and output, which is the aggregate demand. Any question? Sir?
one question.
Yeah.
I still don't get it about the mechanism. So the interest rate will affect the price and the output. Is it correct?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Okay.
I know you need some time to digest everything, because maybe this is the first time you learn. But believe me, once you digest it just once, you will remember, forever about this, because it's not only, easy to digest, but also easy to remember. Why? Because every day you read the newspaper about all these stories, right? You read about, government wants to reduce the interest rate because the economy is slowing down. Immediately you remember, that's the Aggregate one story, basically. Okay, let's continue now. Okay, what are the variables that we learn today? Well, we learn exchange rate, we learn interest rate, of course we learn output from the Aggregate one, right? And then we learn the price. Remember earlier when I talked about imported inflation? That is a relation between exchange rate and the price, right? Imported inflation. What I have not explained to you is the relation between interest rate and the exchange rate. That is our next topic. So you know the relation between interest rate and output. This is from ISLN. You know the relationship between interest rate and output that leads through prices, and that is the AD. And you know only partially the relationship between exchange rate and the price, which is through imported price story. Remember earlier I said, what you don't know is what is the relationship between interest rate and the exchange rate. So what is the relationship between tingkat bunga dengan kurs di Indonesia? How do we know their relation? Okay, so that's our next topic.